Today we're going to visit Rancho Canyon Seco. This is a full section of northern New Mexico land, surrounded on two sides by BLM and two sides by Carson National Forest. We're arriving from the east from Taos. This property is just north of Caliente. It's a little less than 40 miles via mostly brand new highway over to Taos, so probably about a 45-50 minute drive, and just about an hour north of Santa Fe. The land you'll see here is juniper pinon covered, a lot of sage. This property will have some lovely cliffs and great views, and we'll get back there in just a minute. We're now just a few hundred yards above the south entrance, looking to the northeast at the cliffs that are on the eastern boundary of the property, and then up this arroyo that runs through the center of the property, gives the property the name Sand Canyon, and then back around to the hills as they rise up to the mountains to the west. Now we're approaching the upper end of the property, again looking up the arroyo cliffs almost due north, and then back around to high spectacular cliffs to the east. I'm gonna hike up one of the side canyons here and see if we can get a little elevation and show you some of the views. Give you an idea, some of these arroyos can really roll with water. In this arroyo here you can see all of this fresh rock that was washed down this summer during the monsoon season. There was a heck of a load of water. Look at all these tree stumps stacked up down here. More of them down below. We're looking at pretty much everything we see from the cliffs to our side is on the ranch here. And down here below these cliffs is where we started this hike up the canyon. And I think it's worth saying that coming up the canyon, all I saw were tracks of elk, deer, and coyote. Down here on the southern fence line, and here's a great old stone marker. Here's a good example of the elk in here. Looks like a young, probably cow. Now I'm up about 3/4 of the way to the highest point of the mountains. We're looking slightly west of south. That's the Jemez Mountains in the distance. As we come around, it's going to be pretty hard to see, but you can see the Sandia Crest. That's Albuquerque from here. Then across Black Mesa, and there the southern end of the Sangre de Cristos, and that's Santa Fe. And then up Sangre de Cristos, the Pecos Baldi, Truchas Peaks, on across, and then we're looking at the mountains right behind the gorge and south of Taos. We're not climbing any peaks here, we're just going up some nice sloping hills and getting higher and higher. Here's a little better view of the Sangre de Cristos behind, up above behind Cuesta. That's just probably 25 miles south of Colorado or less. And you can kind of see a little bit of them behind the ridge over here, and then the mountains behind Taos. Now off in the distance, just below that cone, if you look down below that, that's Highway 285. And then right between the ridges is Canyon Seco. And you can see the arroyo coming all the way up. And one more panorama coming south from Taos down to Hickorita Peak, Truchas Peaks, Pecos Baldy, Santa Fe Baldy, on down to Santa Fe. Just a few minutes south of the ranch is the village of Ojo Caliente, and we're just coming into it now. There's 3 cafes here, motel, some shops, and we'll turn off here and go down to the Ojo Caliente Hot Springs Resort. We'll cross the Rio Ojo Caliente and come into the resort. The resort has a number of hot spring pools, a restaurant, a variety of accommodations. This has been voted the best hot spring